Man. Well, here we go. We got some news coming out of Gwinnett County, and it's exactly what we knew it was going to be. Uh, if you know me, I go by the name of Ratchet TV. If you know me on YT, you know me from Ratchet TV, the Hood's journalist. Now, I was the only person to interview the family. Now, when I interviewed the family, they gave me this whole spiel of what was going on. And let me be the first person to tell you they was lying. Now, TMZ has obtained the autopsy report, and this came quick. And it came quick because I told y'all they're gonna get off with self-defense, even though it's still under further investigation. Well, I'm gonna read you the article in just a second. Let me stop getting so far ahead of myself. But if you gotten this far into the video, why don't you go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, depending on what platform you came from. If you're on TikTok, just follow me. Now, it clearly says right here, rapper T Hood, his autopsy report came back in, and it was a domestic dispute. Police still saying it's probable self-defense. Now let's get more into this article. Let's get more into it. Now this is coming out of Gwinnett County. Gwinnett County PD tells TMZ the autopsy report does not reveal anything that they didn't already know. Cops say the incident, despite T Hood getting shot in the back, is still being investigated as a self-defense shooting. Now, it also goes on to say T Hood was unalived in brutal fashion. He was pew-pewed in the back, TMZ has learned. We already knew he was shot in the back, but pew-pewed in the back, but you know what I'm talking about. Now, according to Gwinnett County ME, which is the medical examiner's report obtained by TMZ, T Hood suffered multiple pew-pew wounds to the back, abdominal, in the buttocks, and in the right and left thigh. Now, I did report this already. I had already reported that this was going to be, he was shot in his, pew-pewed in his back. Now, the mama was saying he was hit 5 times in the back. That ain't what this says. It was a lot of capping on that family's part, but we're going to get into them in just a minute. Now, it even goes on here, if you're looking up in the top of the video right now, it'll show you the wounds. I'm not going to get too much into it, but you can see the regions where he was hit in. And it also goes on to say, the report says Hood pulled a pew-pew out during a heated argument with 2 other people, being Kai and Kelsey. So he was having an argument with those 2 people, Kai and Kelsey, in their residence, and he upped first. Like I had told y'all that on my YouTube channel the other day, someone came up there with some very detailed information about this case, and they was telling me that he did have a weapon on him, and he pulled out first, and he is the reason why this happened. But let's get back into it. The report says Hood pulled out the pew-pew during a heated argument with 2 other people inside his Georgia home. But someone opened fire in self-defense, unaliving the rapper on August 8th. It's unclear in the report whether the shooter is. We're going to get back into it. And I meant to say who the shooter is, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Hood was rushed by ambulance to the hospital where he was pronounced unalived. At the time, he had been dating Love and Hip Hop stars Kirk and Rashida's daughter, Kelsey. Now, again, he pulled out his weapon first. He was putting their lives in danger. He was already on edge about a whole bunch of stuff that was going on. He had already put hands on this woman. He had already done the most that he could do. And in this moment, he pulled out the pew-pew and then ended up getting pew-pewed. Now, it goes on to say investigators were originally called to the scene on a report of a dispute between 2 people at the house in Snellville, Georgia. Police have identified Kai Frost, the son of Kirk and Rashida, as the prime suspect. No charges have been filed yet. Police are still investigating to determine whether the pew-pew acted in self-defense, but the fact that Hood was pew-pewed in the back, it kind of complicates that scenario. Now, we also obtained another police report from March 2025 where Kelsey called 911 and said T Hood had made off with her Benz and black Mac Mini following an argument after a night out at the club. Now, this is what I also learned on my YT channel. They also came on there and told me that not only did he do that this time, he had already had put hands on her at a club, and he ended up pulling a pew-pew out on her and her homegirl. And the brother found out about this information, and the brother already told her, next time that something like that happens, I got to do what I got to do, because this dude is going to end up unaliving one of us. He is going to end up doing something crazy. So TMZ has also obtained multiple police reports. So she had called the cops on him before. They were already looking for T Hood. T Hood ran and broke into her house allegedly and broke through her garage. He wasn't even living at that residence. He was making his way to that damn residence. T Hood has been doing a lot of crazy stuff when it involves this, Kelsey Frost. So T Hood was nobody's victim in my eyes no more. And I'm one of the people who was advocating for him at first because I didn't think this was self-defense at first. But boy, was I wrong. Now, we are here. I don't believe this will be a justice for T Hood situation. I think that unfortunately for, his family, condolences to his family, but they definitely did not come to the internet with the real story of what happened to T Hood. They came to the internet and painted him out to be the victim and painted Kelsey out to be whatever. But it's looking like Kelsey is the most credible person in this situation. It's looking like she didn't even originally call the cops. It's looking like the cops, well, somebody called the cops over there. I meant to say she didn't originally call the brother over there. The brother was getting off of work. The brother ended up finding out what was going on. The brother tried to intervene, and something happened in that house to where he pulled a whoop-de-whoop out. I don't know how it led outside or whatever, but the mom and them was acting like he was leaving and he was on his way out and he was pew-pewed in the back due to him leaving, and she was mad because he was leaving and he's the real victim and she was the aggressor. Look, that family is FOS, full of they full of it. So I since have changed my stance on how I feel about that family, and a lot of people are mad at me. Oh, you switched up. No, I didn't switch up. I found out the truth. I was told one story and I gave them a chance to come clean with me, and the family lied to me. Came right on my show and literally just kept lying and kept lying and kept lying. Then I found out that the girl that he got pew-pewed in behind was the Vanessa girl who's trying to take up for him now. So I'm like, man, what is this soap opera drama that you guys have going on? Kelsey and the Frost family look like they just did what they had to do in this situation. So there was a lot of misinformation coming out, and it was due to the family. The family is the ones who released that video. The family is the ones who released everything against Kelsey and made Kelsey out to be the aggressor and T Hood be the victim. Now, I'm glad that the real information is out there now. Now a lot of people can understand this dude was nobody's angel. This dude was definitely a monster. He had put hands on Vanessa last time, got pew-pewed and didn't learn his lesson. Some people ran up on him and did what they had to do due to him and Vanessa last time. He's also put his hands on his baby mama. It's been multiple times where he's done the same thing over and over and over and over, and he keeps pulling pew-pews out on people. And this dude was losing his mind. He was on new pills. This is all alleged, but he was definitely doing pills. He was definitely on a lot of narcotics. He also self-inflicted wounds on himself and tried to say Kelsey did it. He was doing a lot of crazy stuff, man. So the real information is out there. The autopsy is out there. T Hood was pew-pewed in self-defense. Case closed. Kai Frost won't go to jail. The Frost family will not be in any trouble. A lot of misinformation out there has been out there, but now the truth is out. And now we see T Hood was the aggressor, and T Hood pulled the pew-pew out first, and T Hood got himself taken out the game. This your boy Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang, and this is Ratchet TV. Get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'm gone.